You might want to sit down for this because what I'm about to tell you could be the difference between making passive income on Amazon KDP or wasting months of your time for nothing. Right now, thousands of self-publishers are flooding Amazon with books hoping to strike gold, but here's the brutal truth. Most of them will fail. Why? Because they're chasing the wrong niches. They pick the obvious oversaturated markets thinking they'll magically start making sales, only to watch their books disappear into the void of Amazon's millions of listings. If you don't choose the right niche, the right low competition, high demand niche, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even begin. And that's where today's video comes in. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, there's a specific type of book that's selling consistently right now, a book that taps into a real problem people are desperate to solve. It's not just another journal, it's not just another planner, it's a declutter organizer planner, a book designed for people overwhelmed by clutter, drowning in chaos, and desperately searching for structure in their homes and lives. The best part about this niche is that it has better potential than the last one that I covered. So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you, why this niche is more profitable than others, what to look for in validating and determining how profitable this niche is, and a step-by-step mini tutorial to get you started creating the interior today. Before we get started, if you're serious about learning the entire step-by-step process for creating and selling books on Amazon, I've got you covered. I put together the KDP Royalty Roadmap, my completely free beginner-friendly guide that walks you through everything you need to know from research to publishing to making sales. If you're interested, I'll put the link down below. Now, in order to stay away from picking the wrong niche, you're going to want to go through a couple of the steps that I go through so that you can ensure that whenever you find a niche, that it's going to have potential for profits. And so the first thing that I always do is I look through Titan's Quick View. This purple bar is a KDP research extension that you can download from the Chrome Web Store. All you have to do is make a search for self-publishing Titans. Look for this one, Titan's Quick View, the Amazon Niche Finder. Install it, and you're going to be able to get the same information that I'm getting. Now, to go through this tool, we can see that it gives a niche score. It also gives you the total results. Now, keep in mind, this total results should actually say exact total results, because once you get over 1,000 results on Amazon, it's really just going to give you a over 1,000 results, over 2,000. It's not going to give you the exact number. And when we're doing KDP research, we want the exact number. So right here, we see 196. It also gives you an exact match. So basically, this means how many books here on the first page are ranking for this exact keyword in their book's title. So we see 0 out of 48, which means that there is potential here and opportunity here to use this exact keyword in our book's title. We see 17 out of the 48 books on the first page are independently published, which means they're KDP books. The average bestsellers rank is 212,000, which if we take that rank and put it into this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that on average, the books on the first page make about 2 sales per day, which is about $60 per month. And depending on your price, this one, I use the average book price of $17.15, but obviously it's going to be lower than that for a KDP book. But we see $16 per day, almost $500 per month on average on the first page of Amazon for this keyword, for the books in this niche. Now, the average reviews, 1,910. And the average price, obviously, $17.15. Now, keep in mind, your KDP book is not going to be priced that high. Normally, we're going to see $5.99, $6.99, and for this type of planner, maybe even over $10. Now, all of this information is great to know, but we need to figure out how to actually utilize this information. And for me, I keep it really simple. When I'm validating a niche, looking for potential profits, I'm looking for 3 specific things. Number 1 has to do with competition. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if you're going to be in a niche that is way too competitive, which means that you're not going to have a good chance at getting your book ranked on the first or second page of Amazon, and no one's going to see it. So what I look for are search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to basically tell me that the competition is not too high, not too competitive. There's going to be a chance at getting my book ranked so that it can be seen and it can be sold. Number 2 has to do with the demand. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if people aren't searching for that book, if they're not interested in that niche. And so in order to judge demand, I'm looking for at least 3 KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling consistently, which means that there is some type of demand here. And then number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that basically validates the first 2 steps. And that is a score that comes from Titan's Quick View. That is a score of at least 50. Now, if we go back to Amazon to check out the Declutter Organizer Planner, we're going to see with the total results of 196, that's well below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for, which tells me that the competition for this niche, for this keyword, is very, very low. And you're going to have a much better chance at getting your book ranked on the first page of Amazon when you keep in mind that on the first page, there's already 48 books. Second page is another 48 books. So the chances for you to land here is going to be really, really good if you take advantage of the right keywords, a nice cover, and have a great interior. Now, if we actually look through the books on the first page, what I do is I skip all of these sponsored products that you see right here, because this is where people are paying to basically put their books higher up in the search ranking. Now, this one right here, this one with the bestsellers badge, if I hover over it, Titan's Quick View is actually going to give me this information. So with the publisher, it says independently published, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And so with the bestsellers rank of 3,050, that's well below that 300,000 that I'm looking for. So this is one book that shows demand. Now, if I hover over these books, that's not a KDP book. This is a KDP book. This one is ranked at 21,000, so also selling very well. This book is also independently published. However, its BSR is a little bit high, so that one is not showing demand for me. But this one right here is independently published with a bestsellers rank 21,000. So that's already our 3 books. So I know at the very least, this is showing the minimum amount of demand that I'm looking for to be able to take this niche seriously. But when I went and did more research and scrolled down into this niche, we're going to see that even more best-selling books. So this one is ranked at 13,000, very low ranking. This one is 84,000, and we keep scrolling down. This one right here is at 250,000, and then we keep going down more, 55,000. And notice a lot of these are below 100,000 BSR, which is a really good sign. This one's 116,000. This one's at 49,000, because it means if you can get on the first page of Amazon, considering just how low the competition is, your book is going to sell very, very well. 31,000 almost at the very end of the first page. So as you can see, a lot of demand, very low competition, and 0 exact match for this exact keyword. So if you use that in your title, then you could have a really good shot at doing well in this niche. And with a niche score of 79, well above that 50 that I'm looking for. So all 3 of my steps have been satisfied. This is for sure telling me that there is potential here for profits. So basically gets me excited to create a book for this niche. Now, if we check out the best-selling book in this niche, this is the cleaning schedule and checklist, daily, weekly, and monthly household cleaning schedule, housekeeping checklist planner, and organizer. We can see it says 8.5 by 11 inches, which is the type of size that you're going to want to go with, 105 pages. And we can see even with the bestsellers badge, it only has a 4.0 rating, 53% 5-star, but as you can see, 20% 4, 13% 3, and then 10% 1 star. This 1 star right here says needs more detail. The book is kind of not needed. Everything in there is common sense. No need to keep records of it. So I actually don't even know why this person bought the book. However, this review is a little bit better. So this one says there are a couple of spelling errors. So keep in mind, you don't want spelling errors on your book, in your interiors. That's a big no-no with KDP books. I was hoping that monthly duties would include things that are typically forgotten. So this is an area where you can think about what are other things that I can include in this interior that maybe other people are not thinking about. It would be nice to maybe list items that are done quarterly, like air filters, or seasonally, like cleaning patio. This is why I love looking at reviews, because sometimes it's going to tell us exactly how to improve upon a book. And so, for example, if we create a book and we implement some of these tips that they have in the reviews, then maybe one person like this might buy our book instead of this book. And so that's just one way of actually outdoing your competition. And the price, $5.99. Now, if we scroll down here, I like to look at this graph to look at just how well it's been selling over time. And as we can see, It kind of hides down here, but this is where it's selling very, very well. But if we go back 6 months, you can see basically from when it was published, it's just been selling very well. It's actually hiding, but we can see if I go back 90 days, which tells me that this is in fact an evergreen niche because this book sells year round. If we go down here to look at the A+ content, we can see some nice pictures, some nice mock-ups. And then with the interior, we can see cleaning, schedule, and checklist. And we can kind of see everything here, Monday through Sunday, every day, monthly. And then you have just basically where the customer is going to check off what they did. They have space to write in something else if they wanted to. But as you can see, this one page is just duplicated to the next page all throughout the book. Now, if we take a look at that bestsellers rank of 3,050, we can see that's about 64 sales per day, almost 2,000 book sales per month. If you equate that into money terms, that's $92 per day in estimated royalties and over $2,700 per month. That's a healthy chunk of income coming just from one book. And for a lot of people in a lot of countries, that is more than a full-time income. So imagine that this one book can make almost $3,000 a month. And I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, typically the way that I create interiors, especially planners, is to go check out Creative Fabrica and make a search for declutter planner. For this instance, we see 207 results. And so if we look through these listings, I want you to keep in mind that we want to look for listings that say Canva editable. You want to stay away from the ones that you can't really modify that easily. If you were to download this one, you can't really make edits that easily. And you're basically stuck with this. And you don't really want to just upload this onto KDP. You kind of want to modify the interiors to make them more original. So I found this one right here. This is the editable declutter planner. As you can see, Canva right here, make in Canva. And if we scroll through some of these previews, we can see it comes with a bunch of different templates, and much more templates right here. And if we scroll down to this listing, we can see just how many things are included in this specific planner. I mean, we have things like the schedule, the declutter challenge, daily productivity, daily planner, habit tracker, annual goals, and so on and so forth. And you can see editable Canva link. So once you download this, it's going to give you a link to be able to open into Canva, which is going to make it easy for us to customize and to modify. So in the folder, they're going to give you the JPG, the PDF, and the PNG files, and then this Canva link right here. So once you click this, it's going to open up a file where you can click the link. The link is going to take you right here. And all you're going to have to do is click on this button, use template for new design. And it's going to open up in Canva where you can go ahead and make your edits right here. Now, the first thing that you want to keep in mind is that the planners or your low content books, your medium content books, most of them you're going to want to print in black and white. So whatever interior that you're working with, you want to go ahead and remove the color and also just change the design. So for example, this one, I tend to just remove all of these elements and start fresh with my own elements. And I change this either back to white or a grayscale color, something like that. And the easiest way to start modifying is just change the fonts. So I just changed the font really fast, and then I'm just going to go ahead and reposition it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to change out this element, go to elements right here. I'm just going to type in declutter just to see what it has. Go to graphics and maybe use one of these. So I kind of like this one right here. Let's make it smaller and then just put the whole thing right here. So this is going to be my declutter planner. Once again, you modify it to however you want. Now for the first page, this is the book belongs to page. Once again, I delete all of these elements right here, and I'm going to change the font to the font that I'm using right here. And then there you go. You really don't have to change anything here. You could turn this into gray boxes if you want, and then you could take away all of the rounding. So you could do something like this. You could even make it lighter, something like that. So as you can see, declutter planner, let's go ahead and change that here. And then this book belongs to. Now you get to your actual templates. So this first one is called the declutter schedule. Now you have the option to change the labels if you find something more useful. But if, for example, you like the way that it looks, the information that it has, you still want to use it, you still want to modify it, change the font. Like I said, go ahead and change the font and then change the color here to a grayscale color. And then for this one, to add a little bit more originality, I'm going to go ahead and put a border weight. And it's as simple as that. Now you have your declutter schedule. Move on to the next page, 7-day declutter challenge. Once again, change the font. And then you can go ahead and change these elements right here. So go to elements, search up something like stroke, and then you can use one of these. So for example, let's go with the black one right here. Go ahead and delete this one. What we could do is we could make this black, but we could make the font white like that. And then what we could do with this is we can go ahead and delete this right here. Not really delete. I'm just going to go ahead and break it into sections. Go ahead and duplicate this 2 times. And then change the color. And then there you go. Easy as that. Now the next one, there's not much that you can do here. Go ahead and change the font. I'm gonna delete this, go up here, grab this one, bring it down here, position it backwards, turn that font into white. And then there you go. You could also just change this. So take out the border weight, change it to the color that we want, like that, or maybe lighter. And there you go. So that's really the name of the game, is to go ahead and modify it. Once you have your style that you like, all you have to do is just do that to as many templates as you want to use in your book. And then the next thing that you want to do is you want to go over here, go to grid view, and you want to look at these templates. You want to decide what do you want in your planner and what do you not need in your planner. And for example, if you have this 7-day declutter challenge and you want to include multiple of these in the book, all you have to do is duplicate the page like this, and it's going to do exactly that. Now we have 4 pages of this challenge. Same thing with the schedule, and same thing with any of these templates. You can duplicate them for as many as you want. If you want more bedroom checklists, you can go ahead and duplicate this. As easy as that. Now, if you want to learn about the entire KDP process from beginning to end, from keyword research to cover creation, to finishing this interior, to publishing this on Amazon, and even those back-end keywords, don't forget to grab my KDP royalty roadmap, which is going to help you do exactly that. The link is down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.